If you're interested in creating a unique and eye-catching display for your models, then this is the video for you. And it's all coming up right after this. Hello and welcome back to Small Soldier. If this is your first visit here and you're interested in military modeling, then why not subscribe and hit the bell notification below so you never miss an episode. And a comment or two wouldn't hurt either.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, no sweat, you know.
Hello there, welcome to Small Soldier. Today we will be doing the base for the John Dundas Spitfire that I just recently built. So let's get started with it. So I'm going to show you how to do a decorative base similar to what I did for a BF-109 build not long ago. This starts with a base of your choosing, whatever you want. I've just chosen a simple plaque base, and I've already gone ahead and painted it with this Tamiya spray can here, and it is Deck 10, I think is what it is. So that's had a coat of Deck 10, and I'm going to be putting this crackle weathered glaze medium over top. And we'll be applying it with a large brush like this, a soft brush. I'll just be laying it over the edges like so. So let's start that process. So I've just decanted some of the weathered crackle medium. Take it like this and paint it on, just like that. And the thicker you put it on, the bigger the cracks will be. So if you want smaller cracks, you will put thinner coat on.
Warp factor 8.
Okay, we're back. The base is dry and ready to go. I'll be using a nice olive color, Russian green, 894, so it complements the colors in the aircraft. So I did a test over here just to make sure it was ready. It looks like it is. Try not to go over it more than once. Lay it on nice and thick.
Don't trap yourselves in. I'm going to make a jump to light speed.
It doesn't take long for it to react, and it just does its own thing, so it's cool. It's all random. It's not anything you can control. Lay it on, and what happens happens. So we'll let that completely dry, and we'll be back with the next part. Okay, the base is now dry, and we're ready for our sludge wash. What I'll be using is some white spirit and raw umber and lamp black, and I have already gone ahead and mixed that up. So we'll just start applying this to the base.
Warp drive, Mr. Scott.
Let that dry off for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll do the next step. Alright, the glaze is dry. Now we can start removing.
I can't give you Warp 9 much longer, Mr. Spock.
So here I just wanted to show you before we get going on this. My elements I'm using for the design. Distinguished flying cross, and then the information which will go on some plastic card. And of course the photograph of John Down Daz. And I'll show you how we're going to do that as well. So the first thing I want to do here is find the shape of my base. So there you can see the layout. We will go into adding these elements to the base now. And I thought I'd show you here, I'm just using some plastic card to glue the nameplates on. And then just make little marks where you're going to cut the card. And those will be your marks for cutting. I'm going to do the same with this as well. So I'll do that off camera and we'll come right back. So there's your plastic bases made for these. I would suggest taking the edge down slightly, kind of get that raised edge after you've cut the plastic. If you've cut plastic card before, you know what I mean. So you just want to take that down a bit so when you glue it down, it's actually going to sit flat. Do the same on the small base. I figure so you're going to put this much time into something. As far as the model goes, why not make the base look just as good? One thing we have to do before I put these elements together is do sort of a photo touch-up, blending this hard line. So I will be using XF2 flat white mixed with Tamiya lacquer thinner. When you're spraying, you want your paint to be the consistency of like skim milk. That's how you test your paint. If you're new to airbrushing, you know you're good if your paint is flowing like that. So you go in with the white and you're going to retouch. You want to get rid of this hard line here.
The antimatter pods are rigged to blow up the moment we go into warp drive.
So you can see there now that dark line is pretty much gone. NATO black is what we're going to use to come in and touch this up.
We can't do it. If we keep this speed, we'll blow up any minute now.
So off camera, I went ahead and double side taped the back of our elements. I prefer this to glue because it's quicker for one thing. So there we have our text. So if we just pull it tight like that, there we go. I'm going to come back after I get this backing tape off and we'll go from here. I think we got it. So now that we have that, we have to determine where I want to put this. I'm thinking somewhere about there. Put that there. It's up here. The aircraft there. It looks pretty good. I'm going to go with that. Alright, so I've mixed up a slurry of white glue and water. I'm going to be saturating this thing. So I've marked out my lines here. And I want to get this as close as I can to where I put those lines. And it'll just mold right to the edge. So I finished this off screen. I was struggling with it. There's no point you guys sitting there watching me beat my head against the wall trying to get this on. I'm still going to put a matte coat over this, but you can see how smart that looks, and that's really hasn't taken any time at all. Now we just have to place these guys where we want them. I think that's where they'll go, and we'll be back with the next part. Next step is take a black marker and go around the edge just to finish it off nice, and that's just a matter of going around it with the marker. Next step, I've got some indigo here, just some indigo oil paint. What I'm going to do is wet this first with my thinner. I'm just going to take that indigo and just kind of dab it around. Then take a dry towel, twisting it as you go. You'll kind of get an interesting pattern in there. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and then we'll be back to show you the final step. Alright, the final step, here we go. Alright, and I have my mark here. There we go. That's how you make a custom base for a project. Thanks for watching, Small Soldier. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and leave a comment below. Question of the day. Do you prefer your models as standalone, or do you like to base them? Please leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.